If we have any new followers on here, my name is Leanna, and I was locked up at Delaware County Jail with Angela Wagner. She was my bunkie for about 6+ months. I was with her for about 3 months. Got sentenced. Midway through, no, more than midway. I had 6 months left on my sentence. And they transferred me to the halfway house. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And at the halfway house, I got in trouble. So I had to go back to the county and do my time. And that was 6 months. So I spent about 9 months altogether with Angela. We actually got really close. At the beginning, I kind of believed like there was no way somebody could do this, such harsh things. I mean, you killed a mother who was laying next to her baby. So I thought maybe it was the cartel that did such things, these crimes. Because, like, in my head, I just couldn't picture somebody doing that to a mom. I couldn't. And to this day, like, how could you do such horrendous things to a family? She had her baby in bed with her. That is absolutely horrendous. Also, I did want to say, no, I do not talk to Angela anymore, and no, I do not condone the crimes that they committed either. But Angela came in on my birthday, November 13th, 2018. It was about 6 weeks before she was actually put with inmates. So she did 3 weeks on suicide watch, and then she did 3 weeks by herself in an area, and then they switched her over to maximum security. And I was there with her. Now, her story from when I was there was, there was no way she could ever do such thing to Hannah. Hannah was like her daughter. She loved Hannah. She would tell me stories, like funny stories about Hannah. Now, Jake, after this did happen, Jake Wagner did get a new girlfriend. And you will probably hear me mention her a couple times. But my side, she told me that the new girlfriend was very mean to Sophie. When she would brush Sophie's hair, she would pull it. She was just absolutely horrible to Sophie. So Sophie didn't want anything to do with her. So Angela was mom. Angela took care of Sophie and Bullseye, I think. Was it Bullseye? George's son. Now, I also wanted to point out, this is coming from Angela. Some of this may or may not be true. This is just my time with her at Delaware County and my experiences with her. She would show me like multiple pictures of the kids, which I always thought was weird, because she was like obsessed with pointing these pictures out and showing them to me all the time. Always wanting to pull pictures out of her grandbabies and show them to me. She had multiple pictures hanging up in the cell. Another thing that like caught my eye about Angela was she was always in her Bible. So Angela was always in her Bible in her Bible all the time, like multiple times a day. And at first, like, I couldn't really figure out why she was always in her Bible. But now 2 and 2 comes together. She was probably asking for forgiveness for the things that her husband and her sons had done to this family. There's just so much stuff that we just sat for hours upon hours upon hours a day and talked about. So if I jump from stuff to stuff, so this has been a couple years ago, like 5 years ago. So if I jump around from stuff or forget stuff, I do apologize because it's been a while, like I said. Me and Angela were close. When I first got there, she always told me I was the daughter she never had, which kind of like is weird to me now. Like, that sits wrong with me. Also, I do have a letter somewhere, if I can find it, if I didn't throw it away, of when I was incarcerated and me and Angela wrote to each other. She just knew she was going home. She knew that they weren't guilty. She knew she was guilty, but she told us she wasn't guilty. That her and her sons were going to be free one day. You know, we would see, like, we were able to watch TV. And we would see, like, commercials pop up on the TV. And she would say, when I get out, I'm doing this. Or when I get out, I'm eating this. So she thought she was getting out. She thought that she was going to get away with this. She even, out of her own mouth, told me that I think that the cartel did this, which you will probably hear me say multiple times because the stuff that she said and did was just insane to me. After a couple of days of her being there and me putting 2 and 2 together, I just knew that they were guilty. No matter, like, you couldn't fool me any longer. I knew she was guilty. She always said too how her and her husband were so in love and stuff, but come to find out, he treated her like shit. Like, he was super, super mean to her. He was abusive towards her. But let Angela tell it, they had a strong marriage. They were so in love. This is just a little bit about me and Angela's experiences. I'm going to sit down and write out some things to, like, go over. And if you guys want to know anything, just comment below and let me know. Or if you guys are interested in anything else, comment and we will get it together. I'm an open book, so I will answer anyone's questions. I don't have a problem with that. So here goes the series, and I can't wait to dive into it and get started in this and see where this goes. I do have some upcoming interviews that I'm going to be doing, which will probably be posted on my account too. So you guys will be seeing that as well.